Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome District Executive Craig Smith with the District Ministry Commission Report.
Testing. 1, 2, 3, 4. Testing. Anybody out there? It is so hard to see from in here. I've been asked to sort of follow myself in giving a presentation for the District Ministry Commission, their report. I've never really done it this way before. Conference officers asked me to be a little more animated in this presentation than my last one, so I'm doing the best I can, and I trust this will work out for the best. We're going to give it a go as we move along. I've asked the folks who are putting this together to drop in some pictures along the way to give you an idea, visual expression, if you will, of some of the things that happen as a result of the work of the District Ministry Commission. I'd like to begin by quoting that great German fictional theologian Hans Upp when he said this, "Whee! Let's go." So here we go with the District Ministry Commission report for 2014. I want to share with you some of the things, a bullet point list, if you will, of the things that the Ministry Commission is responsible for as it cares for the licensing and ordination of our ministers in the Atlantic Northeast District. We oversee things like this: the Readiness for Ministry program. I quarterly hold a conference call for Readiness for Ministry orientation and talk about the licensing process and give the materials to folks and put them in their hands so that they can begin to work on moving their way through the program of licensing for ministry. The testing materials, the assessments, the evaluation of candidates are all a part of the Readiness for Ministry program. The District Ministry Commission is also responsible for ministerial leadership training, candidate mentoring program, financial aid and support for licensed ministers. In ethics, we do ethics training and ethics case management where needed, overseeing such things as continuing education, credentialing and interviews for licensed ministers and ordained ministers. It's good to note that the District Ministry Commission is very busy. We meet about 10 times a year on a monthly basis, and we often have 2 or 3 interviews, sometimes as many as 4, as folks for licensing and ordination come before us to explore their personal call to ministry. There's the inquiring ministry process for credentialed ministers who want to transfer in from other denominations and granting approval for employment for non-Church of the Brethren members who have found something special in the life of the Church of the Brethren and now want to come and be a part of our ministry, be a part of our denomination. The number of these persons over the last year has grown significantly. The District Ministry Commission also oversees the annual renewal for licensed ministers as we get licensed ministers and mentors involved with congregations to see if they're still on track with their call and if they're still on track with fulfilling their responsibilities for licensing as they move toward ordination. The Ministry Commission oversees the every 5-year renewal for ordained ministers. This will come into full swing in January 2015 as we oversee that process on behalf of the larger Church of the Brethren. The District Ministry Commission and myself and others are invited to be a part of the licensing and ordination services that take place in our local congregations as we bless those who are called out and licensed, and then those who have completed all of the criteria for licensing and are now set apart to the ordained ministry in the larger church. There's the coordination of training with the Susquehanna Valley Ministry Center, the Brethren Academy for Ministerial Leadership, Bethany Theological Seminary, and the non-Church of the Brethren seminaries and training institutions that we partner with in order to move our persons through ministerial training from that licensing phase into ordination. Let me take just a moment here and introduce to you the other characters who are a part of the Ministry Commission along with me. First of all, Galen Broombaugh from the Hempfield congregation is our chair. Carol Deering from the Parker Ford congregation is vice chair. Other members of the commission include Marvin Foster from Lebanon, Kevin King from Hanover-Dale, and Glenn Martin from New Beginnings. Along with the members of the commission, Krista Dixon joins us. Krista is our Atlantic Northeast District Administrator, and she is a recorder for the Ministry Commission, taking our minutes and keeping us on track together. A couple of things that we'll be dealing with before too long is that the Ministry Commission will be working to learn more about the new ministerial leadership paper that was passed at annual conference this past year, and how we will go about implementing that beginning in January of 2015. In November, Mary Jo Flory Sturry, Associate General Secretary for the Church of the Brethren and Director of Ministry, will meet with the Ministry Commission to begin that process as we walk through that together. Also, as I've already noted, in January of 2015, we will begin the 5-year ordination review for the Church of the Brethren. As a part of this, we've already been holding ethics training sessions across the district. We've already conducted 7 ethics training sessions throughout the district, and we have 2 more scheduled for October and November, which will bring us to 9 trainings altogether, which is a mandatory part of the renewal efforts for ordination and also for licensing among our ministers. Additionally, I want to introduce some members of the District Ministry Commission team that work with us in evaluation and development, as well as training coordination and supervision. They are Misty Winch from the Mechanic Grove congregation, who is our trim coordinator, Bill Cave from Annville, who is our ACTS coordinator, Joel Pena from the Alpha and Omega congregation, who is our Seba coordinator, Dr. Joe Zimmerman is from the Church of God and acts as our assessment coordinator, and Donna Rhodes from Susquehanna Valley Ministry Center is executive director, along with Krista Dixon again, who is our A&E administrator and who schedules interviews and coordinates the administrative and ministerial documentation that we need in order to move folks through the training program. I would like to share with you some statistics very quickly, just to give you an idea of the scope of the work of the Ministry Commission. In this past year, we have ordained 7 new persons to set apart ministry. We've licensed 12 new persons to set apart ministry. There have been 7 placements in the Atlantic Northeast District. 3 persons have been called to free ministry. And there have been 5 persons who are now serving in interim ministry in the life of the district. It brings the total for us an ordained ministry group of nearly 250 ordained ministers. And we currently serve 66 licensed ministers as they are making their way from that beginning phase of ministry to ordination and serving the larger church. I want to conclude by sharing this. God is good. The call to ministry is an awesome thing. We, the members of the District Ministry Commission, would appreciate your prayer support and your financial support as we continue to undergird those who are called out from among us, who are seeking God and the good work of ministry. For those who are interested in looking at the official report, the report by Chairman Galen Broombaugh can be found on page 61 of your conference booklet, and some of the statistics that I referred to are found on page 62 of your conference booklet. in all things. May God receive the glory, the praise, the honor, and the blessing for all we do. Thank you.